Hello and welcome back to Shoogly Shed Motors. I'm Ewan. This episode is the start of a little project, just a wee side project that I've picked up. You saw last time that I'd kind of finished up with the Enfield for now, and I'm possibly going to do some more to it later, but for the time being I have a little project in the sideline. So basically, I usually have a bit of an issue when I go and buy new bikes because I don't have any transport for them other than to ride them. So I'm limited to bikes that have an MOT, that are basically roadworthy, and I can insure straight away, so I can get it on the road and drive it home. So that kind of limits what you can buy, especially when you're buying project bikes, because obviously most project bikes aren't roadworthy, don't have an MOT, and aren't, you can't ride them home. So I have been toying with the idea of coming up with some kind of solution for this problem, and I don't want to buy a van. That's a pretty big expenditure, and I don't really need a van for any other reason, so I kind of wanted to steer away from that. The other solution then is to have a bike trailer. So I thought, with the new space that we have in the workshop and a little bit extra space I have outside for storage, I could probably pick up a trailer and modify it to make it a sort of custom motorbike carrier. So that is essentially what I've gone and done. A good friend of mine, Ali, basically said, I have a trailer in my shed that I don't need. It's a bit old and tired, but it's yours if you want it. I swapped him a hat for it, so thanks Ali, that was a brilliant swap. So I'm excited to show you that and show you what I plan to do to it. So I want the trailer to be a bit more modular than just a regular bike trailer, if that makes sense. Essentially, I want to be able to use it as an actual trailer and not just a bike trailer. So, some bike trailers are just like a sort of bare frame with a rail down the middle that the bike can get parked up on and a chock on one end. But I also want to be able to use this for like bulky uplifts, or maybe, for example, I'm getting a bike in parts, so I could just all shove it in the trailer. So effectively, I want to have sides to it that I can take on and off, and a tailgate that can, come on and off as well for when I need it or I don't need it. So effectively, these side posts that used to hold the old ply on, I want to make these removable. So my initial idea is to sort of cut them maybe just above this hole, and then they can kind of come down and be bolted on and off when I need them. Does that make sense? I don't know. Either way, that is essentially my first job, is to remove these posts, and then I'm also going to lift the ply off as well. The ply is in not great condition, and I'd like to come up with a slightly better floor to it than ply, because it's like 22mm ply. It is really heavy, it adds an insane amount of weight to the trailer, and I'd like to lose a bit of that weight, reinforce parts of it so that it can carry bikes no bother, but then also not have the excess weight using up some of its capacity. Cool, that's all 4 posts cut off. I've left basically these holes, and I'm hoping to match up with these so that effectively these can bolt back on like that. So if these are attached basically to lengths of ply on each corner, just lift the side on like that, bolt it on, and you've got sides on the trailer again.
what I've done is drilled through to 12mm on both sides. I welded a little block of steel into the back, drilled through it, tapped it, so now basically these supports bolt on and off with M12, one there and one there, and essentially that should hold that just as strong as if it were still attached, and it makes it removable. So the next task really is to create sides between the posts and this and the other side, and then a back piece as well. However, I'm going to leave that just now because I'm still undecided whether or not I'm going to use plywood sides or if I'm going to try and get some kind of metal, maybe some like thick mesh, something like that. Again, just trying to save some weight a little bit. So I'm going to leave these for just now, but essentially I'm finished with this sort of detaching post. So yeah, pleased with that result. Next thing to do is to take off the plywood bottom and have a wee look at what we're dealing with the underside of this thing. So we're looking a bit worse for wear, rust wise, but I think most of it's just sort of flaky surface rust. Otherwise feels pretty solid, so hopefully it'll just be a case of going over it all with a cut brush on the grinder before getting it all sprayed up. I've got a couple of modifications and fabrications to do first though. So the plan is basically to have loading ramp and a middle section that the bike can roll along with a chock at the far end to hold it, and then obviously strap it down with straps. And then I want to have two removable bases that I can put either side of it to fill out the entire base of the trailer, so that, like I say, I can use it like a regular trailer along with the removable sides. So I think that's pretty modular. I think I've achieved my modular vision. Anyway, I can't really do anything else until I actually get some steel, so I need to measure up and see what I need, and then go and buy some steel, and then we can get welding. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you something that I think you might find quite interesting. Da 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 da! This is a 1998 Yamaha Fazer FZS 600. This is going to be Mrs. Shoogly's daily rider. So although we have the Enfield for nice days out, it's not really a commuter machine, so this is going to be her motorway rider and commuter, that kind of thing. Just a little bit more power, a bit more comfort at that kind of speed. The plan with it is to lose this front fairing and put on a regular headlight, put some similar bars to what we have on the Enfield there onto it, and a couple other little bits and pieces, and we may go for a different paint job, not sure. Either way, it's a really tidy bike. We picked this up for a good price. Her YBR is gone, so this is the big step up because she's passed her test. So really excited to really excited to get her out on a bigger bike and some bigger rides and get her used to riding a big bike. Well, that's all from me just now. I'm going to continue with the trailer build in the next episode once I've got myself some steel, so look out for that one. And then I've been ordering parts that will arrive to start doing some work to the Fazer, and I'll make sure to video that as well. So like I said the last time we were on, I do have a couple of little projects in the pipeline, so I hope you're excited by them, and I hope you're looking forward to seeing the progress. Anyway, as usual, please do give me a like, leave me a comment, and make sure you do subscribe to the Shoogly Shed channel, and make sure your notifications are on, so you can, well, be notified when the new videos come out. I shall see you next time, I hope. Goodbye.